It's such a strange feeling, the in-between, when you're no longer the person you were, but you're also not who you're growing into yet. For me, life has shifted into a new chapter, and everything feels unstable and unknown. There are so many questions and not very many answers. This feeling has brought many waves of anxiety and overwhelm these last few months. Where the voice of wisdom once sang true, a void was instead all I could tune into. The only other sound was solitude's pleads, so I have listened, and that has brought me so much relief. Quiet alone time has been my salvation. It's reminded me how much I appreciate space to myself, where there's nothing to do and I can simply exist and appreciate the little things, like the abundance of wild raspberries that winter has brung and the sun on my skin. After months of feeling hopeless and wanting to return to the stars, I've finally been able to slowly unwind my nervous system and give my full attention to my inner world while prioritizing presence. This helps me to reground and center myself in my body and on this earth. I've noticed that in the months leading up to this, I've been consuming a lot more than I've been creating. When I have periods of stagnancy, I tend to feel stuck and lost. That can bring up a lot of old thought patterns and feelings of failure. Thankfully though, everything is always changing and I can feel myself finally shifting. The slight crack in the door has become a steady creak and I can nearly fit through. I've been intentionally creating as much as I could the last few weeks, and self-care has also been a big priority. I've tried to abandon the idea of trying to make sense of things or work things out in my head. This was just creating loops and spiraling me into more overthinking and overwhelm. Instead, I've been returning to things that somewhat force presence onto me, and I've been attempting to channel the uncomfortable feelings into a physical form of some kind. This has been helping me to slowly heal and let go, which I am learning more and more are outcomes, not actions. I refuse to let myself succumb to fear and anxiety. I refuse to allow myself to take the easy route, the route of distraction, disassociation, and deep disconnection. So for now, here I am, taking little steps, feeling the fear, wrapping it up in a cozy blanket and bringing it with me while I do things anyway. Just simply creating, despite it all. I have been collaging pretty consistently for about 2 years now, and it's something that brings me so much joy. It can take me a while to put together, but making visualization boards or putting ideas and dreams onto paper in a creative way is so satisfying. It activates my imagination so quickly and gets me excited for the future and all the possibilities. It encourages me to dream and sparks a bit of hope, which for me is really nourishing because I can get pretty pessimistic sometimes. I've built up quite a collection of pictures to use, which I try to keep somewhat organised in a book with sleeves, but it tends to get pretty mixed up quite quickly. I like to cut out most of the pictures that I like from a book when I first get it and keep it in my collection book ready to go. I found that just makes it a little bit easier and quicker in the overall scheme of things. And I've also found that proper books have the best pictures. Although magazines are usually still pretty decent, they aren't as good quality. I've hunted down all of my books in op shops, so it's quite cheap. My favourite books to find are the old fairy tale books. I'm always on the hunt for a Shirley Barber book. Those were my favourites from my childhood to read. There's always so many cool options and you never know what you'll find. It's so inspiring to look through all the pictures and it gives me so many ideas. Most of the time I have a certain vibe or a feeling that I'm going for and want to portray, but sometimes I just find a picture that I really like and make the whole collage revolve around that. Sometimes I will have to go back once I've started sticking things down and move things around a little bit, but it's all part of the process, I think. And if I run out of a picture that I want to use a little bit more of in the collage, then finding ways to use something similar or stretch out the photo that I have a little bit more is honestly a fun challenge. Something that forces me to kind of use my brain a little bit more throughout the process, which I like. I like to sort through all my photos until I find a selection that I think will work well together, and then I start to put it together like a puzzle. If I feel like something is missing, then I'll go back through to try and find something that fits, but it really is like a puzzle and I get quite excited as it starts to take shape and come together.
It's okay.
I've been trying to tune into my womb space a lot recently, as I've noticed how disconnected I feel from it. My womb feels like a completely separate part of me, and I've been reaching out to her like a long-lost friend. Drinking a cup of cacao each morning with an absurd amount of honey has been part of my ritual. Today I wanted to add on to that by painting an offering of sorts for her. I think to me the painting represents how mysterious my womb space feels to me, like she's holding secrets and wisdom passed down from so many women that have come before me. I love how the moon's ebbs and flows relates to our own, especially those of us with a cycle. I'm looking forward to befriending and unraveling the mystery of my cycle more and more until hopefully soon I feel at one with her. I didn't really have anything in mind when I started, and I definitely don't consider myself to be a skilled artist, but I like how it turned out, and I think I want to add onto it more down the line. Something else I've been meaning to do for a while is plant something in the pots on my deck, and today I finally decided it was time. I rehomed some of my mother-in-law's tongue already growing in my garden into this pot, which I think is perfect for it because it makes it look like it has hair. Gardening is something else that also feels quite creative to me. It's an activity that I definitely want to do more of. There's something about having dirt on my hands that feels so good and, quite literally, very grounding. I planted a fern that was also already growing in my garden into the pot on my wall, and I'm going to get some jasmine eventually in the big pot so it can trail around my whole cabin and make it smell absolutely delicious. I've been loving ending my night by doing some beading. It's one of my favourite creative activities, and it puts me into a meditative state where time literally melts away. I actually work in a bead shop, so I'm lucky that I get quite inspired by watching other people be creative. These are the finished pieces that I've made in the last few weeks. It's definitely one of my most rewarding hobbies, and I've been getting quite a few requests. Maybe I'll start doing commissions or even sell some at a market stall one day. I hope this video has inspired you to do something nourishing and creative. Take care of yourself, and I hope to see you soon.